Today we're going to be taking out the Kukirin G2 Master. This scooter from Kukirin comes in at just below $1,000 and it is punching so far above its price point, it's ridiculous. This bad boy packs in for all under $1,000 hydraulic suspension, dual motors, looking at 2,000 total watts, a 20.8 amp hour battery, a extremely bright front light, which is amazing given that some of these scooters just don't have the greatest ones, an amazingly firm stem with absolutely zero speed wobble, and a very fast 0 to 30. I do want to mention that this video is not sponsored, and everything in this video talked about was my own opinion after putting about 80 kilometers on this thing out of box. Either way, there's tons more to talk about and a lot more climbing to do on this thing, so let's hop right into the ride and review.
Hard drive loaded up, long stubble and coated was.
Try going up here to do it. Almost 50. A little bit of wobble at 50 there. That's my own fault though. But I want to do a little overview of the scooter. I want to give you guys the full direct overview. So we're gonna head over to this nice park over here and talk about that. Probably cannot tell how tall this area really is. I'm hoping the 360 cam will give this good justice. If the 360 cam doesn't give it good justice, this incline, it's pretty steep. Anyways, we're gonna go into gear 2, as we always do, dual. Let's do it. That tire spin is nuts, but we're just powering through it. Zero hesitation with this thing. This thing just goes. And then we can go right off the curb. I can go back to my comfort stance, my left leg just out to the left a bit with my foot, and then my right is fine. I hope the 360 cam footage is good enough for you guys. I actually smashed the lens on it riding this already. Hit a very big speed bump and didn't think about the camera at all with the drag, and yeah, it fell off going about 40 over a speed bump, which normally sounds f***ing insane, but it really isn't. Wow, we're cruising at 40 right now. I didn't even realize. I think the grass is wet. I don't know, we'll check it here. Hopefully it's not wet. Do a little overview here. Screw it. All right. So the first thing I want to get into with this is if you have the first, second, or third revision of this scooter. So if you have the first revision of the scooter, you will not have these wings right here. These wings basically just let you know that you have at least the second. You know you're going to have the third revision of the scooter if these come pre-installed, these little reflectors here. Those shouldn't come pre-installed, or they shouldn't be reflective. They'll just be like orange panels if it's the second gen. The third gen will have these. There's rumors that there's a fourth gen, not really sure what they fixed. Me having the third gen, I can tell you that the voltage meter is not correct. This is supposed to be 52 volts. It'll charge at 58 volts. This goes up to 64. The display is unfortunately a downside. So on this, we have two 1000 watt brushless motors. That is obviously going to be what's giving us all this torque. We have dual suspension hydraulic spring, which is really nice, especially taking it off-road. As you can see, it's dirty. If you want an overview of a clean scooter, you came to the wrong channel. In total right now, I think we have, what do we have? We have 85 kilometers on it. So mine did come with a bad charger, which is unfortunate. Second scooter that I've gotten that's done this. But other than that, battery is great. It is 20.8 amp hours, which is wonderful. And then obviously with the system setup that we have here, we have our cluster, we have our left and right, we have our all lights on. Sadly, when you turn this on, it's the headlight and all lights, and we have our horn. We have our hook here, which is also going to be used for folding, and when you put something on it, you can also do this to lock it into place, which is great if you have to do groceries. We have our dual and single, as well as our power. So if you want to disable the speed limit, which I'm going to recommend you do out of the box, so you're going to hold the left brake in and you're going to double tap the power button. What this is going to do is start this from flashing. And now if I lift the scooter up from the back and throttle, you will be stuck at 20 kilometers an hour. It doesn't matter what mode you go into. As you can see, 25 and 3, which I believe is like the limit in most places. But again, if we hold that left brake in and double tap the power again, you can disable it. This is going to be useful for if you ever get pulled over and they suspect that your e-scooter needs to be registered or it's not allowed on the road. This is going to bypass that for you. So now that we're on gear 3, we're in single and we have our limiter disabled. I can raise this back wheel here and you'll see that bad boy go all the way to 71. 60 is what is recommended on the site. It goes 71 with actual tension on it. It's not going to go 71. I've got it to go 71 on a steepish incline, or decline, sorry. But all around, still not bad for what it is. Now, the folding mechanism is going to be very simple. Oh yeah, by the way, we have 10-inch tires, and we obviously have e-braking, regenerative braking, and just normal disc brakes. One thing I do want to say, do not use regenerative braking. It is very common within the scooter world to know that it does not charge all your cells evenly, which can hurt the battery. So to fold this bad boy, you're simply going to go down here, untwist this. Once that is completely able to spin, you're going to pull this down and drop it just like so, and that hook is going to go right into here. Once you put it back together, it is the sturdiest stem out of any e-scooter I've ever ridden. Other than that, these are not the default grips. I always upgrade my grips to the 50/50s. That's the scooter. We've got an 8-light system, 1 front light, 4 turn signal lights, and the side lights that light up the logo. And there it is. Now let's do a little bit of off-road testing on the grass here. Now for this, I am going to put my gloves on because the calluses you get from riding off-road. I'm going to slide for a little bit here. Yeah, you could hear it eating. You gotta be careful about how you ride this because you can slide out. Oh yeah. We're going 30 on the grass. Slow it down there, buddy. But that's what I mean. Now we're back to single, and it's a smooth ride. It's literally a luxurious cruising scooter with off-road capabilities that you just would not believe. So I do have a couple issues with this scooter, and I'll talk about them right now. The first one, I understand for convenience why they would want to do this. Personally, I'm not a fan of it, and it's the keyless start. This thing has no security function. A lot of the other Kukirin scooters have, you know, keys, etc. I would have loved to see an NFC tap card at the very least on this thing. Right now, anyone can just turn it on and steal it. Now, to be fair, they give you like a hub brake lock, but like who's gonna really use it? It's nowhere as useful as just being able to throw it, you know, wherever on your driveway, etc. Run in your house for a minute. Knowing that that NFC tap card is usable would be absolutely ideal. We don't have that here, unfortunately. But what we do have is a simple push it and you're off to the races type system. Not a huge fan of it, but again, I can understand why they did it. It's also a cost-saving measure. This scooter is ridiculously good when it comes to pricing. This scooter is €899 Euro. It is $999 US, and it is $1,332 or $52 Canadian. Now you're getting 2,000 watts of power from 2 motors, so total, so 1,000 watts each. And that is enough to just slam you. Like, we're in gear 2 right now, so we're gonna top out at 40 here, but single motor, we're zooming. Look at that, we're already almost at 40. It's crazy the power you get. Now, I am 215 pounds, 6'3". The handlebars are a little low for me, but I've gotten used to it now. Like, looking down at the speedometer kind of sucks a little bit. But when I want to talk to you guys about the 70 miles range that they claim, you got to take range stuff with a grain of salt, because first, you're not going to get that. I don't know if it's 70 miles or 70 kilometers that they claim, but either one, it's not even close. That's perfect conditions. So me being 215 pounds, 6'3", and carrying gear such as 2 cameras, a helmet, a backpack with a couple of water bottles in it and stuff, I got 38 kilometers from a single charge. And I was using dual motor, single motor, gear 2 and 3 the entire time. Now, if I did all single motor gear 2, I would probably be looking at maybe 45, 50. I'm gonna be honest, we went up some creepy inclines. Sadly, I wasn't able to record it. It was some serious work for this scooter. The inclines, this thing says that it can take 20. I'm telling you, they were 50, at least 50. Like, the bike trail that we were on turned into a no bike trail. That's how steep they were. The range, still really good, especially for the power given. I really do want to know what I can get in single. So maybe I'll do a range test. We can drive around Toronto downtown. That's like a decent real world environment, I would say, is at that time. But I have no idea. My best guess is about 45, 50, honestly. And like, it died 2 feet from my driveway. Like, the battery just, it gave out. So it kept speeds all the way until it was actually dead as well, which is very impressive. As you guys know, the previous scooter I reviewed, once it got to like 40% battery, you lost 70% of the speed that it was able to give you from full charge, which was actually insane. But I do believe we have a sine wave controller in this. I could be wrong. I don't think it's a square box controller. So you're not getting immediate power like creep. Like it's not, well, it is creeping, but it's not immediate. It's not jolting. It's not uncomfortable unless you're in dual motor and you're not expecting it, which in that case, I mean, that's your fault. Overall, I'm a huge fan of the scooter. The stability is great, especially in dual motor, even in single motor. I mean, this guy's on the wrong side of the road, brother. Show you what I mean about stability. I was too uncomfortable doing this on the other scooter, but like, it doesn't care. That was a stop sign. Oh, glad I didn't regret that choice. Give it a little beans here, see what we can do. Going 42 kilometers an hour. And inclines on this thing, super, super easy. I mean, I'm gonna take you to a spot that I've shown previously in this video, or at least I planned to, or I might just redo the entire clip here, but we're gonna go up one of the steepest inclines that I have been able to find while going out and just trailing on these things. And it's the one that's right in front of us by that park that we came by in the first video. I'm hoping with the 360 cam, you'll get a real idea. Oh, there's a person with a baby here. Let me stay on the right. Let's hop off the scooter really quickly. I want you guys to get a real idea of this incline. So this is the incline. I don't know what level of incline that is, but it is super steep at the top there, as you can see. I'm gonna start it on an incline. That's how much faith I have in the Kukirin G2 Master. We are in gear 3. We're gonna go gear 1, gear 2, dual, and just hop straight on it. $27 kilometers, almost just domed that squirrel. Now, I think the only thing we didn't talk about was the weight of this. It is 72 pounds or 33 kg. Oh, that grass looks super nice. Woo, just eating this shit up, baby. 34 kilometers an hour on grass. Let's turn that bad boy back on. Let's turn that 360 cam back on. Let's go shoot across. Let's see how fast we can get across there. I'm gonna suggest you don't do this because these are 10-inch tires. I wouldn't recommend you do it on any scooter, even if it's made for off-road. 10-inch tires are not made for random little gopher holes, etc. And you could really hurt yourself. So let's get into it. Okay, and we got some dirt. Oh, up the hill in dual? Of course. Let's go. Back to single. Single, just a simple click, dude. Which, by the way, from factory, do not feel the greatest. Maybe you can hear them. I'll get down low. They don't really make much noise, but listen to them tires. What a beautiful scooter, man. Change that over to gear 2. I don't like knowing I can get up to 70 by accident. So let's ride this little pathway here. We'll end off the video with some little extra advice. If you're looking to water seal this, I would definitely get some Gorilla Glue sealant that is waterproof. From there, just seal it up. You got little holes on the deck, like where your feet are, and the back. Seal those up, you'll be good. It just zooms so good, dude. Oh, I'm so happy with this thing, and I'm hella impressed. I don't think there's a scooter out there that beats this for the price. I honestly don't. And honestly, I really want to check out the G3 Pro after trying the G2 Master. Definitely have to hit Kukirin up, see if they're interested in sending one of those out for review or something. If not, I'll have to buy it at some point. Last incline test. That is super steep. Dual motors. Gear 2, let's go. Without a problem. Without a problem. Almost too much speed. That ending there kind of sucked. Back down to single. So yeah, if that doesn't prove to you, I'm gonna turn really quick. Look at this. If that incline doesn't prove to you that this thing's got power, I don't know what will. And that was up on dirt. Let's go dual and go straight up the road now. $17 up on that steep of an incline. Yeah, this scooter's punching way above its weight class. Well guys, I think that concludes the Kukirin G2 Master. I got a long ride home.